if he's going to call himself a husband. Ladies, I am going to talk to you tonight the same way I talked to my 15-year-old daughter. Husbands, love your wives just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself up for her. First, he must be a man who leads in love. Not the Greco-Roman myth of romantic love. We're not talking about Cupid here. We're talking about the biblical definition of love that leads with the will, that is a choice, that's not led by emotion, nor is it void of emotion, and that demonstrates itself by actions on behalf of its object. Because secondly, not only must he be a man who leads in love, but he must be a man who leads in the word. If he is not a man who can mentor you in the scriptures, he's not worthy of being your husband. So forget that standard of they have to be a believer. That's way down there. And usually we try to get around that, because if we can just get the guy to say, well, I was baptized one time way back in whatever, then we're like, oh yes, he's a believer, I can marry him. Can he disciple and mentor you in the Word of God? That's a whole nother standard, isn't it? Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. It is the father's responsibility to teach the children to believe like Christians and to behave like Christians. He is to be equipped to mentor and disciple the children who come into your home as well. He must be a man who leads in love. And he must be a man who leads in the word. That's what he's called to be. That's his responsibility. Men, this is an incredible weight to bear. Men on your side, I must be a man who leads in righteousness. I must be.